This week on 3 Questions, we answer 3 questions. So basically what we do on a weekly basis is we collate a bunch of questions and inquiries from our audience and clients, and we answer them on a weekly basis. For our very first question, I've got a special guest here. This is Nico. Nico from Mango Videos are doing some really exciting things within the video production space. And one common question that they get on such a frequent basis is, we want to make a video, how do we make it go viral?
That is a super common question that we get, and it's a very difficult one to answer, I think, because there is no one answer to it. So I think there's 2 factors that you can kind of look at, which the first one is clickability and the second one is shareability. So you need to make sure that your video is clickable, meaning you want to have a really good thumbnail, a good photo, something intriguing, and a caption that wants to make you click it. It's the same as articles, right? So you just want to make sure that it's intriguing enough to click on that video.
Like clickbait.
Like clickbait, but clickbait is kind of like frowned upon nowadays. I don't think that's something that you should be doing. You should be real in what you're doing. And that brings me to the second point, which is shareability. So you need to make sure that your content is worth talking about and it's worth sharing. Basically, you just want to be able to make something in your video that people want to share to their social platforms. They want to talk about it in a conversation. I think that's all that it really comes down to, and that applies to video, absolutely. Right?
What about timing? Like, do you think timing plays a part in terms of, how things can go viral?
I think in terms of timing, you might be talking about like trends and things like that. Yeah, so if you do something that's trendy at that moment but that comes back to the content, right? Is your content shareable? So yeah, if your video is trendy and it's going on like some kind of trendy news story at that moment, then yeah, it has a higher chance of going viral because that's what people are talking about at that moment. Do we need to post something at a certain time during the day? I don't think that makes a big difference.
Okay, but like you said, in terms of trends, if you're tying in that content into what's trending at that moment, it could be like particular hashtags or current events, and tying into that, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are 2 different kinds of content that you could be making out there. One is called evergreen, but it basically means evergreen means that it's a video that will always be relevant. So that could be like a travel video about the Philippines or whatever it is, right? And the other content is like, it's quick and it's like right there at that moment, and it's trendy or it's relevant in that short time space, like the news. And yeah, it depends which way you want to go with it, really.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, Mark.
No worries. Thanks,
I'm out of
Nico.
here, man. See ya.
So on to the second question then. So not so much about video. We got this question last week. So what type of social media converts best and why? Our answer would be definitely video. Actually, sorry, this does tie into video. Why does video content convert so well? Simply because this day and age, our attention spans are very short, especially when it comes to consuming online or digital content. We're in that era of just scrolling through a news feed, applying a very short attention span per piece of news or whatever content is in there, and then just quickly scrolling through. So it's got to be something that really captures your attention almost immediately or within the first 3 seconds of, say, your Facebook news feed or Instagram feed as well. Same can apply for websites. So it's really about capturing attention very quickly, and video as a medium to do that is probably the most stimulating and also eye-catching. So because you have the visuals, and if you're posting on platforms like Facebook, the videos are also muted, but if you're able to unmute them, you also have that audio effect as well. So as opposed to, let's say, reading a long form piece of just words, you also want to be able to engage your users with all of that wording with media. So you'll find, especially with the blog posts that perform the best, are ones that are littered with media. So ones that include a video, ones that include an infographic, ones that are, breaks up the content with visuals that really help that person consuming that content to be engaged. And so video is just, a picture speaks 1,000 words. How many words does video say? So video is just a very effective way, or is definitely one of the most engaging and top performing social mediums that you could be producing. So that's our answer for that one. And for the third question, what should be done differently when you're doing content marketing for B2B or B2C audiences? So by content marketing, we mean using content. So this could be like a blog, this could be video, this could be pictures, this could be infographics, which you're then using to educate and increase awareness about your brand and making your brand an authority by producing this content that really helps the business's customers educate themselves, learn more about the brand. So when we say B2B and B2C, we mean business to business type businesses, and also business to consumer type businesses. So in order for content marketing to be tailored for the two types of marketing channels in terms of B2B or B2C, at the end of the day, whether it's B2B or B2C, you are tailoring and trying to communicate to human beings. So in terms of what really matters in terms of content marketing for B2B or B2C is where you place that content. So if I was trying to reach more of a B2B audience, I would be more selective about placing my content on platforms such as LinkedIn, because I know that I can reach a very business type audience there. And when they're going through LinkedIn, they're in that business decision-making, business content consumption mindset when they're going through the platform. And there's going to be, relevant information there for them, for that audience. Whereas if I wanted to maybe more promote images about my brand, I would probably pick Instagram as the most appropriate channel to post those, because we know that when people are on Instagram, they're looking to find visually stimulating images or videos, and definitely not so much of a B2B audience and more of a B2C audience. I know that a lot of retail does quite well utilizing Instagram as a channel to drive awareness through their content marketing efforts. So in terms of how you're reaching people, it really shouldn't be too different between B2B and B2C. We need to be selective about where we place that content to then make it relevant to our audiences and to increase our chances of success. So that's all for this week. A little bit of a long one, but we did get some challenging questions, so there's a lot of explanation in those. Hopefully you like what you see, and if you do, please don't just like this video. Please leave a comment with a question if any of this interests you, and if you have any burning questions that we could potentially answer next week. Thank you.